Hey there, YouTube. I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to a little bit of Rimworld. So, bad news. Our previous game is over because the game updated, and now I can't use that one anymore. So, this is why I hate games that are constantly in development. Yeah, so apparently this is one of those ones that makes it so I can't use my old or previous save. So, yeah, that's a thing. Anyway, we find ourselves surrounded by kind of a fairly mixed ecosystem here. We got ourselves a beach. I'm wondering if we can actually get into the water. I don't think you can, so that could be a fairly safe area to go and defend. But interestingly enough, we got ourselves a fairly interesting rock formation that's got a couple of these steam geysers in the radius around it. So that's good, I suppose. Other than that, what have we got over here? I hope this is... Oh, we started off with something very different from what we started off with in our other playthroughs. We started off with a warg. A male warg. Whose is this? It's just the fused fodrils. So let's go and look over our cast. No, it's really unfortunate because I did actually really like our previous cast of characters here. But maybe we'll grow to love these guys just as much. I doubt it because some of them were pretty awesome. But anyway, we've got our male protagonist for this shitty anime that we're probably living through, because I think that's what our cast is of. So he's the only male of this colony. He is an artist with a very sort of androgynous look. He looks an awful lot like a lot of the female models. He's a green thumb, he's got ascetic, and he's kind of mediocre at a lot of different things. But he's very passionate about growing things, which he's not very good at. And he's very passionate about art, probably manga. Over here we've got Ludeon, who is the older woman. She is really, really good at medicine, and she's really smart. So, unfortunately for the rest of everybody else, she is also trigger happy, and also an ascetic, which is, I guess, kind of a good thing. And then lastly, of course, we got Juliet here, who's probably his neighbor from when he was a kid or something like that, who, yeah, Juliet Marshall here. So, good at shooting, and used to be a spy. So, yeah. Also, can't detect psychic stuff worth shit, and likes punching things. So, we've got this genteel, wussy guy that looks kind of like a girl, and then we got two women who like beating things up in their own respective sort of way. And their pet warg. So, definitely an anime. Definitely an anime. So let's go ahead and unforbid all our crap here. Just zoom out a bit here. Unforbid all of that. Unforbid all of this. Nothing is forbidden on our Garden of Eden here, where everything is allowed, and that's probably a good thing that we didn't get anyone related to anyone else this time, now that I think about it. Alright, so you are good at shooting things and are not actually psychotic at spamming bullets everywhere, so you'll get the rifle. Okay, so I know that you'll be unhappy. Fine, actually, fine, fuck it, whatever. So Wuss guy, what are you actually good at here as far as fighting goes? Actually, he's not that bad at shooting, and he's not going to spam bullets out in a random direction. Okay, so you're gonna be equipped with a pistol, because you will fire the ever-loving fuck out of that, pistol. And, okay, I guess that is good? I'm not really sure I would call that good. So, what are we gonna do looking at the map here? Well, I definitely feel like we started off in a pretty strong spot here. Build some walls and stuff like around here, make that hard to get in through, and then build, another defendable area around down here, or even, like, just... I'm not actually sure, like, is this deep ocean waters? So I'm not actually sure that anyone can cross across that. Yeah, so if we just don't cut this bit of stuff here, we could actually claim, like, all of this stuff all the way out to up here. And all we'd have to worry about is this little defendable spot and this defendable spot. Now, of course, we also have to worry about artillery bombarding the ever-loving crap out of us, but, you know, that's kind of neither here nor there. It's the reason that we're still going to dig into the mountain. Like the bunch of cowards that we are. Let's also just check. Is there any steel around here? Yes, there is. This gets better and better. Alright, is there any compacted machinery? Because, again, you can just randomly find dumbass machinery piled into walls for some reason. Alright, and some of you still live there too, but that's not really going to help us that much. Gigantic waves of wild boars. Let's see if we can find a nice female warg for our male warg here. I wonder if you can buy animals in this game. There's a timber wolf. It's a female timber wolf. Are wargs and timber wolves similar enough genetically that you could mate them together? Like, I thought this was some sort of, like, weird horse pig or something like that, but apparently, well, that's probably not that far off a description of a warg anyway. Anyhow, I don't think a raccoon is genetically similar enough, and the map is covered in warthogs. Like, it is just pork city here. I'm liking that. We could start a pig farm and rear pigs, and they would be lovely, delicious things to eat. I do enjoy eating pork. So that, I suppose, is a positive of our situation here. I do not see any female wargs, though. And I do see an entire herd of male caribou. Oh no, apparently the females also have gigantic antlers. I thought that only males did. Maybe I was wrong. What do I know? Caribou's not something I've seen since I was a kid and watched a show called Camp Caribou, which probably tells you how old I am. I don't know. And also how Canadian I am, because I don't think that showed anywhere else. Yeah, it was a weird show. It involved, like, talking belly buttons. It's a Canadian thing. Anyway, let's go ahead and start chopping some wood. Another very Canadian thing. This is all just very Canadian today. Alright, let's get some structure down, and we'll build some basic houses. Something like this. We'll build a basic blockhouse first. I think we can go down this large. And what we'll do is we'll actually make it like this big, and then just convert it into a series of separate houses in a little bit. But for now, we can have it sort of all like this. And this sort of helps later on anyway, when I sort of want to connect all these things with a connected heat supply. So that should be fine. Everyone's getting armed up here. Yeah, need colonist beds. Our hunter lacks ranged weapons. I don't really care too much. We can actually go and make sure that the person who doesn't have a ranged weapon, who I'm guessing is the person who has our best ability with guns, is also the person who refuses to use guns. So fuck you, game. But yeah. Alright, seeing some sandstone chunks. That's a little bit peculiar. You don't normally see those at the start there like that. Alright, well, whatever. Looks like Allah here, chopping some wood. Or, I don't know what you're doing, actually. Wandering. Alright, in terms of work here, let's make sure that everybody is allowed to cut plants. And that will speed up our process a little bit. Alright, Allah. So yeah, when people say that they're doing something for Allah in this colony, they don't mean that they've decided to take up a life of Islam or whatever. Although you never know, maybe they have. But they're probably doing it for her. Our warg is whining while Fuse is standing here puking. He feels bad for him. Alright, Ludwig. That is a very sophisticated name for a warg. I like that. That is very ironic and in a good way there. Alright, so let's change it so that only Fuse is allowed to work with animals right now. Even though I don't think he's particularly good with it. Yeah, in fact, he's not that great. But what we can do is make sure that he's the one that is talking to Ludwig over here. And training him to become his obedient friend there. But I think that we can actually train up our warg here. Fuse, how shit are you at construction? It's a simple goddamn wall. Oh, and Allah's puking all over the place, which I'm pretty sure is going to get someone to terror bomb my house, but whatever. Worst things in life have happened. Okay, we'll try and get 3 beds done before night falls, although it really doesn't matter that much. You can actually have your beds not finished in time and it'll be fine, but... And, I guess we need a sleeping spot or a sleeping box for Ludwig over here, so we'll go ahead and do that. I don't think he can actually fit in a sleeping box, though. He's pretty goddamn huge. He's probably gonna, like, steal, like, Fuse's bed, because, like, Fuse is a wuss, and there's no way that he could actually stop gigantic old Ludwig over here. So... fuck's sake, Fuse. Fuck's sake. Okay, so, let's go ahead and check. Do we have anyone that is less incompetent at construction? Maybe that could help. So, not really. This is bad. I'm never gonna be able to build anything. Great. Alright, so our spy can sort of help build stuff, but is also pretty bad at it. So this is what happens when you get a bunch of teenagers who don't have that much experience, and one gun nut who is clearly an intellectual building houses. You end up in a situation where, like, the raccoon is probably contributing more to the house building project, and, like, it is just wandering around in here. I don't know what it's doing. Are you a tame raccoon? No. Okay. Can we build a raccoon farm? What would happen if you built a raccoon farm? Could you, like, get raccoon milk? Is that something is that a thing? I don't know. I know you could build lots of hats, and that's actually pretty good to have lots of hats, but, alright. So what am I going to need to fortify over here, or do I even try to fortify over here? New lovers. Fuse and Juliet have come together and are now lovers. That was really fast. Alright, and my sound just cut off completely there. So I'm going to assume that the sound is just bugged to hell, but I think that this might be okay for now. So, yeah, that's really interesting. So, Juliet, which one were you? You're the 18-year-old here. So what's going to end up happening, I hope, is that, like, Alla falls for Fuse as well, or Juliet. I'm okay with that as well. And you end up with this sort of, like, weird standoff where, like, the one person tries to knife the other, but the other person's spamming pistol shots everywhere, and Fuse is just, like, too much of a wuss to actually do anything about it. And then Ludwig saves the day by seducing the one that Fuse isn't going after. So that just works out for everybody. Got Ludwig happy, both Alla and Juliet happy, Fuse happy. Could work. I think that sounds like that would probably be the downfall of my colony in a very substantial way. Anyhow, right. So this one's shoddy. I wonder if Ludwig is going to be really unhappy about that. He seems like a kind of chill thing here, so I mean, it's got a bond there. That's good, but no injuries. That's also good. But anyway, yeah, like I want to train this guy up. I want to train him to like go rip people's faces off, because I'd imagine like a warg should be good at that. You'd think as well, like you could ride a warg into battle. Like I wouldn't get Fuse to do it because that would just not make sense. But I mean, you know, like maybe Juliet or something like that could ride him into battle. We could get her a lance or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, this is our crappy new colony that I don't think is going to last quite as well as our other one. I wonder what actually changed. I haven't actually read the patch notes, but you know, I don't ever read the patch notes for this game. I really should, because they always change things that are dramatic and terrifying, and I never know what the hell's going on here. But yeah, other than that, I think that we've got ourselves at least beds. We don't have, I can't say that we've got a roof over our heads just yet, but we're getting close. So anyway, I hope you found this episode enjoyable, and of course, as always, I hope to see you guys all next time. We'll be seeing some Rimworld sporadically, but we won't be seeing any more Oxygen Not Included, just until that comes to a more finalized thing. I was going to say that just because I wanted this to be, like, I wanted to actually be able to focus on it without too many patches getting in the way, because Oxygen Not Included is patching quite a bit and it feels incomplete. But this game feels complete and is patching the ever-loving crap out of it. So, you know, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, hope you found this one enjoyable. And of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time.